Good evening everyone and welcome to the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League on the PlayStation platform, brought to you in partnership with gridfinder.com. I am one of two commentators for this evening, Malc, and with me as always, the legendary, the Frenchman, as always, is Maximus. How you doing, mate? You alright?
Hello everyone, hello Malc. Really happy to join for already the last race of the season. It went so fast. It's quite sad from my part to end this season with this brilliant F3 grid we had. So let's have a clean and entertaining last race.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's hope we have a classic and hopefully we'll have a cracker at the Canadian Grand Prix as well. Evening Smoke, congratulations on your championship last night in the F2. Congratulations, mate. Well done. Just a recap, guys. Max is with us, but he's not in the session at the minute, so he's just still updating a few things from his side. Hopefully he'll join in later on. So I'll still blame him, whatever happens tonight. So we're going to go straight to the drivers and constructors quickly because they're just about to start the qualifying at the Canadian Grand Prix. So, as we all know, JBH has won the Drivers' Championship and completely won it. He's at the moment with 140 points. JC Bat is in second with 99 points. Bruce Lee is in third with 89 points. Ruddo is in fourth with 84. Jack is in fifth with 70. Daryl is in sixth with 53. Polytrev is in seventh with 50. Joint with F1 Richard with 50 points. Polly. You got Nitrocash is in 9th with 45, and also Eric Pancakes in 10th with 43, joined with Offic Red as well, and the rest are under 43 points. But there's still plenty of points up for grabs tonight because there's still battling out to see who will try and get second place, and maybe still third place out of possibly between JC Bat, Bruce, and Ruddo. For the constructors. Quickly, so McLaren is has already won the constructors anyway with 229 points and could increase their lead in first place. So I've asked JPH and Bruce to join us after the end of the race to hear their thoughts of the championship season. Mercedes is in second with 105. Aston Martin is in third with 103. The Haas team is in fourth with 101. The Alfa Romeo is in fifth with 95, and the rest are under 95 points. So those four constructors, possibly fifth with Red Bull, all join in. They could all have a chance. They're all within 20 points. All within 20 points. Mad scenes. Absolutely mad. Then here we go. We're going to go straight to the live scenes now. I feel bad for Max because he's not here to watch what's going to happen. And just to give you, I'll try and be as best as I can for you, mate. Basically, it is a dry qualifying. So I'm just watching Nigel Gush now do his lap. But from your perspective at Canadian Grand Prix, while you're still waiting, what's your thoughts of the track? Do you like the track?
Well, I'm watching the stream now, so I'm just following the live as the other spectator. So I won't miss the action, but then I will join as soon as possible, obviously. Well, I absolutely love this track. In my driver career, if I can say that, I had quite a good result actually on this track. The weather can really change a lot, so we'll have to see during the race because usually it rains there. But really technical. We have a long straight at the end of the short sector when you can manage to do the overtake. So we'll see. Should be action, that's for sure. Even if there is only 12 drivers, maybe some of them are already on Christmas holiday.
Yeah, absolutely. Just have to wait and see how everything plans out as things stand. Smoke says a fight for second then, or a tie for second. Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a fight and a tie for second. And Stuart, good evening to you, mate. He says, evening all, here's to a decent race tonight. Nitro feeling good about tonight. Happy with a dry race. Absolutely. Just watching Nigel Gash now do his lap. So let's see what he can try and do at the minute. He's going to try and push on. Sorry, Max?
Yeah, no, because like the fight for the P2 in the constructors is as well really intense. Like Alfa Romeo, Red Bull, they only have one driver. Mercedes as well. So I think it will be pretty tight between those constructors. And Matthew Rode set the first lap time.
Now,
1:11.
just beating you, mate, because JC Batts did a 1:11.704. That's a cracker of a time from JC Batts, who really is on fire to try and get himself placed for second place. But also, you got to watch out. You got to watch out for some of the drivers tonight. And like I said, Nitrogas did a 1:11.996 to do his lap. JPH, the Drivers' Championship winner from this season. Oh, some of the drivers that already picked invalidated their laps. So just watching how who am I watching now? Daryl's just doing his lap now. He's having a tight season, to be fair.
Yeah.
But he's just trying to push on, Max. He's trying to push everything he can.
Yeah, it will be really great for him to have a nice, clean, and most importantly, to get a good result for the last race of the season. It was not an easy season for Red Bull, that's for sure, but they never surrender. They tried their best, basically. They never give up. So, but actually, it's pretty tight. Look at the first 5 drivers; it's really close. Well, Rudo hasn't set a lap time yet. Just so that he won last week, so he's on like a streak of like P1 or P2. So let's see if he manages to keep this streak until the end of the season.
Yeah, hopefully so. Hopefully so. He is on top form. Anyways, yellow flag sector 2 at the minute. I think that was one of the McLarens, and then that might be Bruce. Just going a little bit slower, just letting some of the drivers through. Just watching Offic Red now. Come up to the chicane part now, passing the wall of champions. And I forgot to mention, I say that again, I absolutely love the Canadian Grand Prix. It's just simple track. I know there's a few technical turns, few sharp turns, but it's just straight line speed. That's what you need. If you get that straight line speed spot on, you'll be fine. And you'll be absolutely, I'll say that again, you'll be absolutely loving it. Offic Red did a 112.121. Tao did a 113.191. Oh, Stephen with his... I don't know what happened to Bruce actually. He's just gone really slow. He's going to try and do his lap now. So Bruce is on 10th place. Hola! Hola to IRL. How you doing, mate? You right? I hope you came well. So Bruce is just doing his lap now. So, I mean... To be fair to Bruce, Max, he has had some good races. I mean, I remember from the very first race of the season where we thought, oh, he could be a good car contender. But still, there were some races where he struggled, hasn't he, this season? And it felt like he could not have challenged his teammate to the title this season.
Well, I think he won the first race of the season, or was it the second one? I don't know, but he was really strong at the beginning of the season. But basically, his teammate was a bit stronger, a bit more consistent, and I don't know about how they interact with each other. I don't know if they are close or something like that, if they talk during the races. But it's always a bit weird to fight your teammate for the title. So
yes.
and GPH had quite a point advantage really early in the season. So like a fight between both McLaren drivers was not on the table. I think it was more between GP8 and Jack early this season rather than between Bruce Lee and GPH.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah. I mean, to be fair. Yes, there is times where he should have capitalised, same with some of the drivers capitalised, but I mean, I don't want to sound pointing to it because he did have a good season with the constructors anyway, so whatever happens, he still wins the title. He knew what, but when you got some drivers who should be challenging for more points, I felt like he was a little bit behind, same with some of the drivers this season who have been far below par this season, to be fair. And Rudo Well, he's not on below par, he's on top par at the minute because he's on pole position with a 111.217, 5/10 quicker than JC Bat. Unbelievable stuff.
Yeah, so no surprises. I mean, it's not even. It doesn't even surprise us anymore because this guy is so quick.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Max. Mikey is out. Mikey's out of the qualifying, and he had a crash. He's had a crash at, I believe, turn 5, turn 4, turn 5. So that is dreadful news. Nitro is going to serve into second place with a 111.582. Just a quick one on the chat. Smoke says it's technically a street circuit. It is, to be fair. It is a street circuit. And it's still a good one. I still love it, to be fair. Eros, how you doing? All good here? Yeah, I mean, me and Max are doing really well. Max has finally joined the session, so he won't have to look at the late updates than ever before. Smoke says, on the McLaren drivers, yeah, they are family. They are family. But what I'm saying is, when they're teammates, you feel like you need to battle it out so much. And ARS says, come on, Nitro. What was that, Max?
Yeah, no, well, Bruce Lee, I've just checked, like, Bruce Lee did win the first race of the season, so it was a tremendous start for him. And then he managed 3 other podiums, 3 third place. But considering the fact, if you win the first race of the season, obviously the expectation will be a bit higher for the rest of the season. And I think Bruce Lee overall, I mean, he had a tremendous season. He's like 3rd in the championship, so really consistent driver. Only on one occasion in Brazil he didn't score points. No DNF at all this season, so this is quite impressive. I think it's the only driver this season to not have one single DNF this season, so that should be mentioned.
Yeah, absolutely. And just watching Matty Rudd now, Ruddo's brother, is in 5th place at the moment in the qualifying. And Matty Rudd, who had his first podium back in the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, I'm trying to think then quickly, even though there was only a few weeks ago, to be fair. But Matty Rudd, who's slowly stepping up his gear to get himself into a podium position as we stand. But remember, Ruddo24, he is the man with a plan because he is on fire. And I'll say that again, he is on fire. Ever since he joined Invictus in F3, he has won 4 out of the 6. And all those races that he has ever finished, they've all been on the podiums. He has never been outside of the top 3, or actually outside of the top 2. Top 2. I was going to say, but it's still podium. Anyway, he's still been inside the top 3 regardless, and it's extraordinary. I'll be very surprised if he doesn't move up to F2 next season, to be honest. Oh, Darryl, he's invalidated his lap at the minute. So, Max, who are you watching so far?
Yeah, just for Rudo, I think it will make more sense maybe for him to move to F2 next season to have a bit of a challenge, because he seems to be really ahead of the pack. Maybe he will want to bring his brother with him. Matty Rudd, he has shown incredible speed as well. A bit less than Rudo, obviously, but he's gaining confidence. So let's see what the both drivers decide for next year. Well, I don't know how it will work. Maybe they won't have to decide. They will be put in F2 straight away. But yeah, let's see. I just remember that we had a brilliant race 2 weeks ago in Abu Dhabi. Tremendous fight between Jesper, Rudo, and Matty Rudd was in contention for the win as well, and actually he's purple sector too.
Absolutely, he's also purple sector 2. Just a quick recap, guys. I do apologise if you notice any buffering or any issues on the stream. I'm not sure what's going on, but everything's all okay from my end. But if you notice any buffering or any other issues, he's invalidated his lap on the chicane, on the last corner. That's the dreaded chicane. He would be absolutely fuming. I think he would have had at least close to his brother, probably about 1:11.3. I'm guessing anyway. But like I said, guys, I do apologise if you notice any buffering. Let's have a look at Bruce Lee. I mean, don't get me wrong, I respect Bruce Lee, and I respect all the drivers, to be fair, but when you're like the drivers that try to compete, you need to be on top form. And at the moment, you can't be in 8th place at the moment for Bruce because Ruddo's in first, Max. Ruddo's in first. Bruce is in 8th. That is not good news for Bruce because he's going to be under a lot of pressure. Smoke says it's all good now, it's cleared up. No worries. Just let me know if there's any issues anymore, but hopefully not. I don't know what was going on, so I do apologise for that. So yeah, Bruce, from your perspective, he's under a lot of pressure from Ruddo because I can't see Ruddo outside the top 2 tonight.
Yeah, well, if we, for example, consider that Ruddo will finish P1, which is pretty high probability, I think. Yeah. But it means like 15 or 16 points. So Brucey wouldn't have any choice. He will have to finish like P3 or P2. So it's a huge task in order to protect his P3 in the championship. Absolutely. So it's going to be really tough. But you know, like Ruddo has been like untouchable since 6 races. Obviously, I don't wish any bad luck or something like that. But if we have, for example, rain conditions or safety car that might like trouble things, I mean, this track in Canada, you can do mistakes because you have like high-speed corners. The walls are really close, so anything can happen.
Absolutely, and unfortunately, just as you were speaking, Max, the Spud lost it at the second corner and hit the wall and lost his front left wheel. So unfortunately for him, he is out of the qualifying, but he did get a 1:15.6. But hopefully he'll try. Oh my days, Daryl! Right at the edge of that wall. That's where you have to be so close to get that absolute belt of a qualifying lap. And if you don't get that oomph, get that really realistic moments, this is where you can't make any silly mistakes now because everyone's all pushing in now.
It just invalidated the... I mean, it's really hard. I mean, this track, you can invalidate your lap time really easily, and we already see that. Just to mention, because we were watching Daryl, that it's a shame that I won't be able to commentate Melonado last time this season.
Yes.
Fortunately, he's not here, but yeah.
Yeah, you wanted to say that, didn't you? You wanted to say that during the commentary. Oh, bless him. But yeah, hopefully Melonade or Melonado in Max's terminology as well. Hopefully he'll be back next season. And some of the drivers were quite a few drivers missing tonight, to be fair. So hopefully we'll see a few more for next season, and that will be after Christmas.
Just to mention, for example, Partitrev. We were expecting a win for Partitrev so much this season. Well, personally, I was, because I think he scored overall, I don't know, like 5 or 6 pole position, but didn't manage to convert that into a win. But I hope he will come stronger next year.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully he'll get back stronger. Same with Nojka, shame with all the other drivers. Yes, they've had issues galore as well, but at the same time, you need to be on the ball and need to capitalise on the examples that try and avoid all those mistakes. Obviously, you can't avoid them if other drivers make their own mistakes as well, so I completely understand. But when you've been here for many minutes, sorry, Max.
Sorry, Mark. Jesper just improved and he went into P2.
Yeah.
Still 3/10 behind Ruddo, but
exactly 3/10.
P2 would be a nice place to start the race.
Absolutely. So just waiting to see what's going to happen from JC Bat's point of view. But if you like what you see so far, guys, please make sure you like, subscribe to the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League on the PlayStation platform, brought to you in partnership with Gridfire.com. This is the final race. Hit that like button. We're aiming for at least 10 likes tonight, guys. We're aiming for at least 10 likes. We're on the final bit of the qualifying now. We're in the final bit of the qualifying. Who will try and get pole position? At the moment, the qualifying has now stopped. So Ruddo at the minute, he is in prime position. One of the Red Bulls is gone slow. I think that's Darryl.
Oh, Nitro Gash is 4 tenths ahead on his own lap time.
Oh, good. Hello, Reeds. Good evening to you. Just joining the last minute.
Manage. Oh, that was the last corner.
He might get pole. He might get pole. He has got pole. He has. But don't jinx anything. Ruddo's 3 tenths quicker on his time.
Yeah.
He could be on the 110s. Oh my God! What is going on?
5 tenths ahead. 5 tenths ahead after sector 2. Ruddo is like flying.
This is insane! This is absolutely insane! We could have different people at different times. Matty Rudd has got himself into the top 3. Oh my days, what is going on? Here we go, Count Ruddo. Ruddo's coming to the final few corners. He needs to make sure he doesn't get invalidated. He does not get invalidated. He goes past the wall of champions. He could hit the 110s. He has! 110.8. What a lap!
Wow.
What a lap! Where's Tal? Oh, I thought Tal was going to do his lap, but that is unbelievable stuff. Nitro, he had that pole position for pretty much 10, 20 seconds at least. But Ruddo, you cannot write him off. You cannot write him off, Max.
I mean, I was like completely sure that the last corner was going to be his lap time invalidated. I mean, it's incredible the way he took the corner. It was really risky because I think he was really close from invalidating the lap time, and he has like quite a gap to the time of Nitro Gash, and he could have been like trying just to secure the last corner, but he was like pushing as hell. And just managed to get back the pole position. So, but Nitro Gash seems to have the pace maybe to compete with Ruddo, and it's nice to see.
Yeah, I mean, Stuart said in the comments earlier on this evening, oh, there's a decent race tonight. Nitro feeling good about tonight, happy with a dry race. So he is right there. Nitro Gash is really on top form, but can he try and keep it with Ruddo? But here we go. Here is short qualifying classification for the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League on the PlayStation platform. Brought to you in partnership with Gridfire.com. Ruddo will start off in first. Nitro Gash in second. Matty Rudd in third. JC Bat in fourth. Offic Red 5th. JPH 6th. Darryl 7th. Tal 8th. Bruce Lee in 9th. O'Steven in 10th. Mikey in 11th. And Sir Spud in 12th place. Oh my days, I'm still gobsmacked with the last minute of the qualifying. That's what I like to see, a dramatic ending of the qualifying. Hopefully that will build up to that race itself. So, top three, Max, top 3, quickly.
Yeah, well, just Nitro Gash, I mean, didn't manage to win a race this season. Only scored a podium position in Brazil with P2. So now is his chance to shine and to try to get that win. I just remember my first season at Invictus. I was trying to go for the win, and then I finally got it at the very last race of the season. And it's quite a feeling because basically you go on holidays, you have that victory, so it's always a nice feeling. I'm pretty sure Nitro Gash is thinking a lot about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Nitro Gash will try and end it off this season after the struggles this season with a win. But like I said, you can't write off Ruddo because he could be either in first or second place unless he proves me wrong tonight. But it could happen. If you're in the chat, guys, who's your top 3 for this evening? Will it be Ruddo again in the top 2, or do you think there'll be a different top 3 this evening? Send us your thoughts of your predictions for the race. But like I said, just to recap, while we're still waiting for the loading, just give us a heads up, Max, just in case the countdown has started. Just in case if you're wondering what's happened with the driver standings, this is the latest update before we start. So at the moment, JPH is already the Drivers' Championship winner with 140. JC Bat in second with 99. Bruce in third with 89. Ruddo in fourth with 84. Jack in fifth with 70 points. And Darryl is in sixth with 53. And the rest are under 53 points. And go straight to the constructors. McLaren have already won the championship, so they've got 229 and could improve. So we'll see how it goes. Mercedes with 105. Aston Martin in third with 103. Haas is in fourth with 101. And Alfa Romeo is in fifth with 95. And the rest are under 95 points. But also Red Bull with 85. So watch out for that as well. So those are the drivers and the constructors to watch out for these this evening. Stevens will be trying to get himself, hopefully get yourself back up for next season if he is coming back next season. But here we go. No formation lap. Going straight in Max, and let's hope for a classic. Let's hope for a classic.
Yeah. Let's hope, guys, for the last race of the season. Let's hope we have a brilliant race.
Absolutely.
Nothing to play for the championship, except P2, but
here we go.
Let's go.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights in the air. And here we are. We're go. Who's at the great start? Who is at the great start?
Nitro Gash ahead.
Nitro Gash ahead. Renault. Oh, what a move! He's still keeping on the inside line. Oh no, but Runners going himself back in. Oh my god, we can have a two-in-a-bed moment at turn 3. They've got to be careful because there's penalties galore. Nitro's ahead. Nitro is ahead. He's absolutely loving it. Matty goes back up to third. JC Bat drops down to fourth. And the McLaren JBH is just behind. But what a start.
This is a yellow flag. Sorry, Mikey and Sirspud, I think they had the contact, and that's why we had a quick yellow flag in sector 1.
Thank you for that, Max. Thank you for that quick update. Hopefully Mikey and Spud will get themselves catch up and running as quickly as possible to the top 10. Oh, Stephen had a good start actually to move up to 8th place. And they go up to the hairpin corner before the long DRS straight. Oh, who's that? That is Offic Red. Is that Offic Red? Yeah, it is. Daryl and Offic Red. They go side moments then at the hairpin corner. But I'll tell you what, they wish they had the DRS at this stage, Max.
Yeah, well, it's pretty close between Office Red Daryl and Steven. Look at that. Oh!
Oof. Daryl had to back out.
Yeah, he didn't take the corner. I think it was really wise and really fair from Daryl, actually. Didn't want basically to retire or to have a contact at the first lap of the season. Just want to finish the race, having fun. So he got like plenty of laps to recover those positions.
Absolutely, I'm just watching the battle between Matty and JPH, who's in 4th and 5th. Oh! Offic Red spun! Offic Red has spun! And that is dreadful news for Offic Red. So I'm not sure if he's got any front wing damage, but I can't check in a minute because I'm just watching the battle between Stephen, who's moved up to 6th, and Bruce. Oh my god, Stephen nearly lost it. Now Bruce is going into 6th place now. So Bruce Lee is in 6th place. Max.
Yeah, Matty Rudd, I don't know what happened to Matty Rudd because I think he was P3 just behind his brother and now he's like P5. So must have been something going on between GC Batigol, GPH and Matty Rudd, but Matty Rudd back to P5 just behind GPH, already putting pressure on him. Seems to be quite quick. And Rudo, he just set the fastest lap, just beaten by GC Batigol, but Rudo is right behind the Nitro Gash. Soon the DRS is enabled now, so Nitro Gash, it will be a huge task for him to resist, especially in the third sector.
So just watching it from his perspective now, Rudo, because he'll have the DRS at this stage, really at this point now, coming up into the second sector. And this is where you capitalise moments, but obviously can't catch up to Nitro. Cannot catch up to Nitro just yet. He's trying to play the waiting game, because even if he did overtook Nitro Gash, he would still lose out. Oh, what's up, Max?
Yeah, GC Batigol nearly lost the car. It's unfortunate because he was within 1 second from Rudo and he would have had DRS, but I don't think it will be the case this time. So yeah, no, it doesn't have it, so he will have to use a bit of DRS. He's already at like...
Yeah, so Rudo's using all that DRS and trying to use that as much as possible, and took it off completely.
Oh, GPH, GC Batigol, sorry Malc.
Go on then, Max. Oh!
Oh, Matty runs. That was a late move.
that. I think he was trying to brake and trying to avoid the accident, but he had nowhere to go because obviously JC Bat was trying to turn in at that point in time. But Matty did try and brake. Luckily, there was no damage limitations between the two drivers. But Matty Rudd is really going for it. I tell you,
Bruce Lee is following here, the battle just behind. He's in contention as well for a good position.
They're trying to do everything they can at the minute, but we're on lap 4:35. Dowell's got himself back up to 8. Dowell drops down to 9th. Reed says none of the hard runners are in the top 3 nor top 8. Yeah, I mean the top 7 actually. They're all on the medium tyres, so they want to try and get a good start. I was surprised at that because sometimes the hard tyres might have been the better way to get it forward. But look at the clouds. Look at those clouds.
Oh, Matty is going for the move on GC Batigol.
Yeah, so
and
what?
He's done it.
Yeah, so Matty is trying to bounce back. Oh, Bruce nearly hit the wall of champions.
Bruce is going to challenge GC Batigol as well.
He needs to do something, Bruce. He needs to do something. He will lose out his position in 3rd place. Whatever happens tonight, this is not the position he needs to be. He needs to get ahead of Ruddo. That's his aim, but he can't do it. And trying to get ahead of JC Bat to stand any chance. But as things stand at the minute, looks like JC Bat will hold on to 2nd and Ruddo will be in 3rd on the drivers. Max.
Yeah, well, for reaching P2 for Ruddo, it will. I mean, Ruddo just have to win, and then GC Batigol has to retire. So it's quite unlikely. But for Bruce Lee, yeah, his championship position is under threat. That's for sure. P2 will be enough for him, but I mean, he can see P2 because Nitro Gash is not far ahead. It's a bit of a DRS train, apart from Nitro Gash, unfortunately. And GPH Matty Rudd.
Oh, Matty's really on fire now.
Oh, he touched the wall. I think Matty touched the wall.
And
maybe he will have that.
Oh no!
Lee...
JC Bat crashed. JC Bat has crashed at the Wall of Champions. I don't know whether he had. Yeah, he's got no front wing at all.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god. JC Bat, if he gets outside the top 10, he'll have no points. If Rudder finishes in. If Rudder gets the fastest lap and wins this race, he could finish 2nd place, Max.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, if JC Batigol doesn't score a point, I think Ruddo just need like the P1, even without the fastest lap, because they will have the same amount of points, I think. And then Ruddo with more wins, he will get P2. So for JC Batigol, it's really important that he gets at least 2 points. He will have to dive into the pits and to recover. I mean, there are only 12 drivers, so he can hope to get at least P8, but it's going to be not easy for him.
Absolutely, he's going to try and push
Matty
on.
Rudd
Matty Rudd! Try and push on, and he does make the move to Nigel Gash. I don't know what's happened to Nigel Gash, actually. I don't know if he had a bit of a mistake during the update itself, but hopefully he'll try and catch up to these guys. But like I said, I think he's playing the waiting game. Just take it easy. Just play the game, and then you'll be able to get the decent points that you need at this stage. So the two McLarens are in 4th and 5th. Darrow's getting close to O'Steven now for 6th place, Max.
I mean, Matty Rudd is like really fast. Unfortunately, he already took a 3-second time penalty, so that early in the race, not going to help him, that's for sure. But he's like so fast. He's catching his brother at high speed. Might be able to challenge him. Well, he used a lot of ERS because he's only got 11%, and the Ruddo clear ahead is like 85% of ERS. So will be able to defend against his brother. But Matty Rudd already within the ERS range of Ruddo. He's on fire.
Absolutely, and Mikey's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Just a recap of the penalties at the moment, guys. So Mikey, Daryl, and Matty will have I've got at least 3 seconds worth of time penalties at the moment. And Rain says, how late to the party am I? Good to hear from you, Max. Missed a few races. Reeds has missed you, Max. Reeds has absolutely missed you for the last few races. So you owe him an apology for that, to be fair.
Well, I just missed last week, Reds. I was,
a few races this season.
Yeah, I must have missed, like, I don't know, four races or something like that. But yeah, try my best. At least I'm here for the last race of the season, and happy to see you as well, Reds.
Yeah, absolutely. I tell you what, Max, unless I'm mistaken, the clouds are getting a little bit darker than usual.
Yeah. I haven't spotted that at all, but yeah, you're right. Don't know if like wasn't someone like talking about like a dry race in the chat? I don't know. It's a bit confusing. Hopefully. But yeah, definitely the sky is plenty of clouds. So.
Yes, so it looks like it's about to, I've not heard anything from the weather crew, guys, so I don't know what's happening. But at the moment, at this stage, we might have some rain. The way it looks at the minute, the track looks like it's getting a little bit darker than usual. Bruce has got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. But like I said, this track is penalty galore. These guys need to stop getting these penalties because they're going to lose so many positions at the end of this race if they don't watch themselves, Max.
Yeah, but it's so hard, and I mean, when you are trying to get as quick as possible in this track, it's so easy to get warnings and to get penalties, but you have to avoid it. I mean, some drivers maybe will try to be really calm, really in control about their trajectory, their lines, not to get a penalty. And if you have, for example, a late safety car, if you don't have any penalties, then it's like a jackpot for you because you will gain places, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And you just need to capitalise. And I think that's what Dowell's trying to do at the minute. Dowell's trying to capitalise on O'Steven's mistake, but he can't make the move just yet. So, O'Steven's struggling. O'Steven. The tyres should not be going. That's why I'm a bit surprised at the minute. The tyres should not be going. They should be alright for a bit longer than usual. But I don't know if it's the struggles of the traction control. I don't know. And I'll tell you what now. Look at Daryl. Daryl's trying to push on. But O'Steven...
but he's not using ERS. I'm really surprised.
I think he's tried to be careful because last time he went past the chicane, he went off track because he had tried to avoid all those the carnage. So I think that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to avoid all that carnage, or try to avoid at that state. But unless I'm mistaken, Max, when I'm looking around the track, it looks like it's turning to wet at this stage. But there's no rain at this stage.
Yeah, no rain for the moment, but still have like 25 laps, so the rain has time to come. So let's see if it's only clouds without rains. I don't know, but it seems suspicious. I don't know, like at the beginning of the race we had a clear sky. I cannot recall. I cannot remember actually.
Oh, fair dues. Nitro's getting close, and Matty was getting close to at the hairpin just before the DRS straight. Nitro is trying to ease off and not to get a penalty through the chicane. And you can tell Matty's already got another time penalty, so he's got 6 seconds worth of time penalties.
Yeah, it's too much that early. And I'm really surprised because I'm just watching the lap time of Matty Rudd, and he was like he was like turning 1:14.3, 0.5, and then the two last lap it's like 1:15.7 or 0.6. So it's really a lot slower than before. I don't know why, but he's losing definitely some time on his brother, that's for sure. And Nacho Gash with GPH behind. Nacho Bagash, I think he has to try to get past Matty Rudd, because if he wants to win that race, cannot afford to lose any more time on Rudo.
Absolutely, we've got another yellow flag, so I think that is Tal. Tal's spun at, I believe, turn 5? No, turn 6, I believe, sorry, turn 6. So Tyres should try and push on now. But here we go. We've got another battle for Daryl to try and close the gap. We might have to go back to top 3 because Nitrogash is getting close and JPH is also getting close. Here we go. Can Nitro put the pressure on Matty Rudd for 2nd place? Or will he stay in 3rd? At the moment, it looks like he's staying in 3rd. Smoke says Daryl's losing too much time now. Making a real job of this. He's had 3 chances and not taking them. Yeah, I mean, if you don't take your chances, you're never gonna get extra points. It's the name of the game. The higher you get on, the more points you will gain in this season's Invictus Racing League, the F3 League, on the PlayStation platform. Brought to you in partnership with Gridfire.com. And I tell you what, we've got a great battle going on between 2nd, 3rd and 4th. And it's really, really, really steaming up now, Max.
Yeah, and with Brucey not far behind, but he's like 9% ERS, and GPH has gone like 97% of ERS. So he's Nitrogash, I think he braked a bit late, but then in using ERS on Material got only like 25%. No, Nitrogash is not using his ERS. I think it was close enough. Maybe he's waiting for the last straight with a good exit. No, I think he will be too far behind. And the GPH not far behind. Nitrogash will try something. No, but Matthew actually is really doing the job for his brother because he's like keeping Nitrogash and GPH behind. And then Rudo is like clear ahead, clear track, so he can like manage it and control the race for the moment.
They're doing really well at the moment, but I was just keeping an eye on the Daryl and O'Steven battle. Daryl has still not passed O'Steven, so I don't know what I think he was getting close and close. It looks like he is getting close now. So we might have a chance for him to make the move. If he doesn't make this move, he's already lost so much time.
He can do it.
He can do it if he B's and Q's it. And to the bed moment could be. No?
He's not using his ERS.
I don't know
what's... I don't know why.
I am speechless at the minute. We got a driver who does not use his ERS, but tries to get past O'Steven as much as possible. But the pressures of the Red Bull, they had the chance to get themselves into the top 3. Oh my God, the back end, nearly went. It looks like Tyres had a bit of a mare, so he's dropping down a few positions into 11th. He might lose out to JC Bab if he doesn't watch out. But the way things are at the minute, Dow will be absolutely livid over Steven because he cannot make that move. I think all the chat is really, really frustrated with Dowell because he can't make that move done as soon as possible. Max.
I mean, there must be some sort of explanation because it is on purpose. I mean, he's not using ERS, so unless his button is not working anymore, otherwise I don't understand the reasoning. Plus, it's the last race of the season, so you should definitely go for it. You should like. Well, it's so frustrated when you basically backed up from a guy who seems to be slower ahead of you, so you should go definitely for the move. So, don't know. It's a bit weird, yes.
Yeah,
well, it's really close between Matthew and Nitrogash and GPH. Only 2 seconds between those guys.
And here we go now.
Nitrogash.
Max is really eager to make the move. To what? Oh my God, JBH! Oh my God!
He's trying the undercut. Yeah. GPH trying to undercut both drivers.
That was scary moments. I thought JPH was never going to stop the way it looked at the minute, but that was mad. Yeah, it's just mad to see. Oh, the clouds are getting a little bit brighter, Max.
Yeah, so maybe it was like false hope for us because it would have been a bit of a challenge from Rudo. But yeah, just a quick word on JC Batigold. I think doesn't look great for him at the moment. If there is not a safety car, I'm a bit afraid for his P2 in the championship.
Yeah, well, don't write anything off. There's still over 20 odd laps left of this race. Remember that. There's still another 20 odd laps. Darrell, oh my days, Darrell trying to make the move. I know Stephen for 5th. Still watching him. He's still not making that move. Smoke says, Darrell, make the move for the love of God. Reed says, Darrell, please, this is racing. His eventual overtake will be legendary. Or really dull because it would be during the pit stops at this rate. And the way it looks at the minute, Nigel Cash has dropped himself down to 4th. Bruce Lee moves himself up to 3rd. But I do not know what's going on. Oh, well, Stephen is finally going to the pits.
Oh, and Darrell almost touched the wall. I think he was a bit surprised not to have Stephen in front of him. He was a bit used to it. But so Darrell in the end it didn't make the move. So I don't know. Maybe he wanted us to be entertained. But it's weird.
I think it made Smoke a little bit angry or a little bit frustrations during the race itself, because he could have had, well, like I said, Darrell could have had the chance to make the move quite a few times as we were watching, but Rain says, what an overtake! I got chills. That was class from Rees, absolutely class. Just having a quick look at JBH, because he's also getting close to Offic Red, who's in 5th place. And I will go back to the tyres. Sorry guys, I'll put it back to the tyre wear. So JBH is on the medium tyre again, I believe. So unless I'm mistaken, sorry. So JBH will be on the medium tyres at least. It looks like Matty Rudd is going to step into the pits. Is that what you're going to say, Max?
Yeah, it will be interesting to see where Matty Rudd is going to come out behind GPH and Nitro Gash. I think from GPH, that's for sure. But Rance in the chat just mentioned that Matty Rudd was doing basically the job for his brother, taking like the penalties and get ahead of his rivals. Might be the case, but I don't think Rudo really needs the help of his brother to win the race. But yeah, so Matty Rudd did manage to keep his position ahead of Nitro Gash, but not on GPH. And GPH decided to go with the medium again. It's a bit surprising. So
I think he's trying to do medium soft, and he's probably hoping for a safety car at this rate. The way it looks at the minute, guys, is Reed says, nope, you are right, Mark. He is on the mediums again. You are right, Max. He is on the mediums again. We're all right because he's on the mediums again at the minute. But I think he's probably doing the medium soft stint. He's just hoping for a safety car, unless it was a mistake from the McLaren team to go on to not to go on the hards, which I was a bit surprised. But again, they probably know something that we do not know, Max. So Bruce is going into the hard tyre now. Bruce is going into the hard tyre. He's in the pits. I'm just trying to see where he's already ahead. Well, JPH is already ahead of his teammate. Just trying to look to see if there's any other battles galore. At the moment, Tyres lost. Tyres catching up to JC.
Bruce Lee really close. Sorry, Malc. Bruce Lee almost went ahead of Matthew and Natural Gas. It would have been incredible considering he stayed on the track.
Oh, Offic Red! Offic Red, did you see that, Max?
Yeah, well, only caught the end of the action, but at the area where he lost the car, I mean, it's really fortunate he didn't retire, because like the walls are really close here and you can easily lose a tire or something like that, so still managed to keep P7.
Absolutely. So Ruddo, at the minute, as things stand, Ruddo in the driver's standings could be up to 2nd place. The way it looks, JC Bat has to get 0 points, and Ruddo to get 1st place. He might need the fastest lap just to help him out. Sorry, Max.
Yeah, don't you think that GPH will be able to get ahead of Ruddo, because Ruddo is still not going into the pits? GPH is on fresh medium tires for 4 laps now. So, maybe he will be able to get ahead.
I'll tell you what, who's got ahead is Stephen ahead of Mikey for the 8th place. So that is good news for Stephen, who unbelievable stuff. And also Smoke says JPH is just making it interesting with that medium tyre, that 2nd medium tyre stint. Yeah, it made it a little bit interesting, to be fair. But Daryl's got himself into the medium tyre. He did start on the hard, so he's going to have to try and probably do another medium stint or soft stint at the end. We'll have to wait and see. But it looks like at the moment Nitro's getting close to Matty Rudd for third place. Those two have had fresh hard tyres. Same with Bruce, who's just not far behind Max.
Yeah, I think GPH strategy is really interesting. I mean, in the last race of the season, GPH got the title secured for like 3 races now. It's been a long time. He hasn't won a race actually since Japan, so almost like 7 or 8 races. So for a champion like him, it must be a bit frustrating. Maybe he thinks he will not have the chance to challenge Rudo, and he hope for a late safety car.
Sorry about that, Max. Rudo's just got ahead of JPH. So Rudo should come out ahead still, but not very much.
Really slow.
Oh, it's really slow. It looks like he's struggling at the minute. So this could be on for an absolute belter of a classic. JPH could put the pressure on Rudo. Oh my god, we can have a 2-in-bed moment now. Side by side, JPH is really causing Rudo a little bit of a headache, but I think he's playing the waiting game because he knows that JPH will have to pit unless, and this is going to be quite interesting, Max. I'll be very surprised if he stays on the mediums till the end of the race. I'd be very shocked if he did that, but a bit worried if he did. But again, I think they're just worried that, well, they're just hoping for it's the safety car, Max.
Rudo almost lost the car, but yeah, I think GPH he just wishes for a late safety car, and then he will have the advantage because both him and Rudo and all the other drivers basically will have to pit for fresh tires, and so he will have the track position. So I think it's a good bet because basically he got nothing to lose. It is a bold strategy, and actually it put a bit of pressure on Rudo, and things were a bit too easy for him. So he should thank GPH, I think.
Absolutely. Norwich has got, yeah, absolutely, Max. Norwich has got a 3-second time penalty for multiple ways. So everyone except for Rudo and Daryl, and I believe Tal, they're the only ones, unless, depending on what penalties Tal has got, those are the only ones who've got no penalties at all this evening. And it looks like Bruce... Matty and Bruce, I don't know if Matty had a bit of a mare, or there was contact from Bruce's point of view, but Bruce had to brake as well. So Bruce had to brake as well. Matty goes up back up to third, Nigel drops down to fourth. Bruce just goes up to try and get himself back up to that momentum again, because that would have scared him a little bit, Max.
I mean, it's a miracle that Matty Rudd is still well manages to get ahead of both Nitro Gash and Bruce Lee, because he almost lost the car. I think there was maybe a touch between him and Bruce Lee, and Rudo is just overtook GPH for P1.
So Rudo's goes up ahead in first place. Just a reminder, guys, we do apologise if you notice any buffering issues. I'm not sure what is going on tonight. Hopefully that will be resolved tomorrow night in the Realistic Performance League if I have to stream. But unfortunately, I'm sorry about that if you notice any buffering issues this evening. Here we go. We got Bruce is getting close to Nigel Gash, but the battle between the top two of JPH, as you said, Max, JPH not won since the Japanese Grand Prix. Ever since the second half of the season, he has not won a race, but he did get himself 3 podiums. 3 podiums in the second half of the season. That, to me, he was, well, says, what's the word I'm after? I think he was very lucky to get that good start in the first half of the season, but hopefully tides will change. Hopefully JPH will try and make the move into first, or will Rudo make it a headache galore for him?
Well, GPH, if he wants to do something, he has to do something really quick, because he's already 8 laps with his medium tires, and his advantage will soon fade away. So yeah, and we're getting closer and closer toward the end of the race. Nitro Gash and Brucey still behind Matty Rudd. I haven't checked the penalties, but O'Steven and Rudo are the only drivers not to have time penalties for the moment, so they're doing a brilliant job.
Absolutely, they're doing a fantastic job. Ruddo, at the moment, he's on the position that he is in at the minute, but unfortunately, JC Bat is slowly creeping himself up to 8th place, so he will have the JC Bat will get himself back up to 2nd place in the driver standings, but Ruddo will be ahead of Bruce, so Ruddo will finish off in 3rd in the driver standings as it stands. I'll say that again, as it stands. But anything could happen. We've got another battle going between not only these two, but also the battle between Bruce. Just watching the Brim. Oh, to the bed! Oh, there's been a little bit of contact. There was a little bit of contact between Bruce and Nitro, but they're fighting for those bestest points they ever have at the Canadian Grand Prix, Max.
Yeah, still they're still fighting, but I think they should be fighting match road ahead. But yeah, I think there are the same amount of time penalties. Daryl, he got like 14 seconds time penalty, so it's like hell-breaking loss for him. But yeah, Jesper Batigol is like P8, so if he stays P8, then he will be able to keep his P2 position in the championship. He has to manage both Alpine drivers with the fresh medium tires. They are like 5 seconds behind, 10 seconds remaining. Jesper Batigol is on really old hard tires. It's going to be really, really complicated for him.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see how everything plans out. It might be that JC Bat might get a couple of positions based on Daryl's 14 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
That's mad, to be fair. But yeah, the gap is all close in. There's still a battle between 3rd, 4th and 5th. Ruddo's got the fastest lap of the race now, 1:13.4. So at the moment, he's got 16 points. That will not be enough. Even though that's the maximum that you'll get in this race, it still won't be enough, because JC Bat is already in the points standings. Bruce is in 5th. He tried to put the pressure on Nitrogash in 4th, but this is mad. This is absolutely mad. The constructors is also mad, to be fair, because obviously the Mercedes of Jack. Well, because Jack is not there tonight, Matty needs to do something that he's never done before and try and put the pressure on. Trying to put the pressure on all the other constructors to get themselves having a good moment. It looks like Nitro's going side with Matty, going side in the hairpin corner. Nitro's going to have to go around the outside, may lose a bit. Oh my god, come on, we want a 3 in a bed moment now. We want the 3 in a bed. Come on. Oh, they're too far behind. Max. Absolutely fuming at that, Max.
Yeah, Nacho Gash, he didn't want to use his ERS, it's like 30%, 32%, but now he's like really under pressure from Bruce Lee, who's not using it as well, and Nacho Gash, I think he was going to try on the outside, but no, it didn't work. It should be so frustrating for those guys, because they are battling each other, but not succeeding in passing one another, but yeah, still have a couple of laps to do it, and actually Nacho Gas just touch the ring of Matty Road. I hope he doesn't have any damage.
Well, we'll have to wait and see how everything plans out. As like Bruce, with Nitro having that DRS, try and close the gap onto Matty. Smokes us a bit of DRS chicken. They're trying to pick out which one is going to be playing ball at the minute to try and make the move as much as possible. And here we go. Can Bruce try and put the pressure on Nitro for 4th? Unless Bruce is trying to think about it, but Nitro can't catch up to Matty. I don't know what's happened. He needs to push. They need to push. And oh my god, they've had a bit of a moment. It looks like Bruce has had a great exit at the chicane and is going side by side with Nitro. Gotta be careful. Try to avoid the contact with Matty. But Nitro's trying to hold on. He's trying to hold on as much as possible. But that's a great move for Bruce Lee, Max.
Yeah, and I mean for Bruce Lee, it's quite important because there is a 5 points gap between him and Rudo. Rudo, if he scores like 16 points, it means that Bruce Lee needs to get P2. And he's like virtually P3 because he's got like 3-second tap penalty and Matthew Watt got 6 seconds. And ahead of him, it's his teammate who will pit. So basically he can still keep his P3 and maybe get ahead of Gisè Batigol. Well, no, I'm breaking loose about the calculation, but I think keeping his P3 should be still possible.
Still possible. It looks like Bruce is trying to put the pressure on Matty for third. Could not make that move done at the chicane, at the hairpin corner, but they're trying to get a good exit. It looks like Bruce is having a fantastic time through the chicane. He's having a great time, and now could have a moment for the two in a bed. We could have another two in a bed. No, every time I say they don't want to risk it for a biscuit moment, Max.
Well, yeah, no, but Bruce Lee, as I was saying, Bruce Lee can actually, like, basically steal P2 from Gisè Batigol, from both Gisè Batigol and Rudo. It's really, really close, actually. I think at this moment, like, all three drivers have basically the same amount of points if they were, like, to finish at this position. I mean, Bruce Lee is really in contention to get the P2, and it will be, like, 12 points. He got 10 points gap between him and Gisè Batigol, and Gisè Batigol P8, he will score 2 points.
3 points. 3 points for JC Bat.
Oh, it's 3 points?
Yes, 3 points for JC Bat. Bruce at the moment is in 15, 12, 10, 8 points. And Jörn flags it to 1. We got our first safety car of the evening.
Oh my god.
We've got our first safety car of the evening. And someone said it in the chat. Reed says safety car happens. That was a few laps ago. Now, JPH has no mediums. Softs won't be quick enough either. I think it's Softs time now. At this stage, I think probably about 5 or 10 laps ago, no, absolutely not. So softs is the way forward, and everyone's going into the pits. We're going to have a soft shootout, Max.
I mean, look, Malc, it would have not been the perfect end of the season if we didn't have a safety car. As we had safety car basically in every race this season in F3. This late, I don't know why actually the safety car just came out, because there was like no retirement, so no DNF.
No.
So I don't know. Maybe it is just the game offering us an entertaining last part of the race, but Gisè Batigol, he will be so relieved about that because he was on older tires. I think it would have been pretty hard for him to defend that P8, but now he will be basically with the same tires, and he will be able to maybe recover some position, recover on Daryl for example, and maybe he will be able to keep his P2 in the championship.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's brought a lot of uncertainties now, because as things stand, Bruce will not get JC Bat at the moment will still be in second. Rudo, let me count, I think he had the fastest lap, so 16 points, so he would have 100 points. JC Bat at the minute, I'm trying to calculate, 102. Bruce at the moment, 8 points, will have 97 as things stand. So that's where everything's all played for at the moment. Reed says, well, no, there will be matters. So that's 6. Yeah, I know. I know, Reed, I know. But I'm just catching up with the chat, because there's so many, actually, you don't want to lose out so much of the battles galore as things stand. But at the moment, we're on lap 30 of Invictus Racing League, the F3 League, on the PlayStation platform. Brought to you in partnership with Gridfire.com. This is round 15. This is the final race. The two child championships have both been settled, but they're still playing for points, for grabs for the other positions as things stand. And I tell you what, we're in for an absolute belter. And this is going to be quick math. If it's wrong, I do apologise, but that's the best of it there. Smug says, at least they get one safety car. I had 2 yesterday. This is huge for O'Steven. Yeah, absolutely. I tell you what, O'Steven will be absolutely loving this. He'll be absolutely loving this. Because, like I said, Dowell's got 9 seconds. Everyone else has got at least 3 seconds. Matty Rudd 6. O'Stephen could get a podium here if he plays his cards right, Max.
Yeah, well, I think it's still going to be hard because I think GC Batigol will try anything to overtake him. Unlike Daryl, for example.
Oh.
We got safety car in this lap. Just to mention Bruce Lee, he lost basically and he hoped to get P2 with this late safety car. Otherwise, he would have been in a good position. But now GPH, he got like 3-second time penalty and Rudo doesn't have any penalty, so he has to provoke Rudo, he has to put pressure on him, so Rudo maybe will make a mistake and GPH will be able to win this last race of the season. It would be great for him as a champion. Yeah,
we'll have to wait and see how everything plans out. I don't know if Rudo's already started. He's already started. He's trying to wait for the others. He's not messing about. He's eager to get started. And look at him already. He's over nearly a second already. That is insane. And look at this. Matty and Bruce, they're going side-by-side moments. What a move. They're going side-by-side moments. But Matty's saying, no, mate, you made that move. How dare you make that move? And I'll have him back. Thank you very much. And I'll see you again soon. That's what Matty's saying to Bruce Lee, Max.
Yeah, he seems to be a pretty hard defender, I think. Well, he's shown that during this race. It was quite of like a late, surprising move from Bruce Lee, but nothing wrong about it. And Matty Rudd, decided not to let that position go. And Bruce Lee still behind Matty Rudd. I think Matty Rudd he won't let anyone pass him for this race.
We'll have to wait and see how everything plans out. Looks like Ruddo's still over a second. We've got about 5 laps remaining, guys. 5 laps remaining. Yellow flag set to 3. That is Towel. Towel has spun at the hairpin corner. Oh, must have made a mistake. And Matty Ruddo! Matty Rudd, you absolute genius, makes the move on to JBH. Oh my god, we gotta go to
What happened to... Oh, GPH is letting Bruce Lee ahead. So GPH is really playing the game of his teammates. Bruce Lee is really trying to defend that P3 in the championship. If he basically... for the McLaren it's perfect, because if Bruce Lee keeps his position behind Matty Rudd and he doesn't take any more penalties, he will finish P2. He has GPH to protect him from behind, and then he will have enough points to keep his P3 position comparison from Rudo. And for GC Batigol, look, it's like P9, he took another penalty, so it's turning into a disaster for him. Actually, we can have Bruce Lee P2.
Well, I think so. Yellow flag set us 2 and 3. Who's that? That is Spud. Spud has made a mistake. And here we go. Can Bruce try and put the pressure on? As things stand, look, this is the leaderboard, the leader timers with the time penalties, just in case you guys want to try and do your calculations, just to make sure. But at the moment, 5 seconds is the gap. So I think at the moment, it might be O'Stephen in P3. Maybe P4. DRS is enabled. DRS is now back enabled, and this is where the pressure is going to be mounted up. Bruce needs to push on, Max.
Yeah, and O'Steven's really trying to protect his P7. It's really important for him, as you've mentioned. Oh, and Rudo took a penalty as well, so O'Steven is the last driver not to have any penalties.
That is ironic. O'Stephen, who all season long he has moaned about the Ferrari team with his traction control, and I tell you what, he'll be having the last lap because he's the only driver with no penalties galore in this race. Yellow flag set to 1. I believe that's the spud again on turn 2, and here we go. O'Stephen needs to try and hold on. He needs to try and hold on. He can't afford to get that gap away. If you like, Sorry, Matt.
Bruce Lee really close from Matty Rudd. They don't have IRLs, both drivers. Bruce Lee maybe will be able to get ahead, yes.
So Bruce is going ahead in second place. Matty in third. JBH drops down to fourth. Ruddo got the fastest up the race. Even though that is 16 points, that's the maximum you will get in a race day. That will not Oh, actually, well, no, it won't be enough because JC Bat is in 9th. JC Bat is in 9th. Mikey needs to beat JC Bat for Ruddo to finish off in 2nd place. That will be...
No, Bruce Lee. I think Bruce Lee will be P2 in the standings, Malc.
12 points. No, 101. Sorry, I do apologise. Bruce Lee at the moment, 101. Ruddo...
100.
100. Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry about that. I do apologise. Bruce Lee could finish off in 2nd. If it stays like this, JC Bat will have 101. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, so Bruce must be sick driving behind that Merc. He is, Reeds. But he'll be absolutely delighted because this... if Bruce can get a fastest lap now, this is crucial for him. This will be absolutely crucial. Oh, he's had a mistake. He's had a mistake in the chicane. And now it's brought Matty into play. We can have a 2-to-bed moment. Come to the final lap. Oh, Matty's going to make the move. Oh, my God. So now Bruce has dropped down to 3rd. Bruce is going to step down to 3rd. This is disaster for Bruce.
No, it's not, because Matthew Watt got 6-second time penalty, so Bruce Lee only got 3 seconds, so he will still be able to get P2.
I'm sorry, I'm just watching it as the race as it unfolds. As you can see, we've got 4 drivers. Look at that, 4 drivers from 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th could have a chance to get some decent points. I do apologise if I made the wrong calculations, but this race has been absolutely epic, and what a classic, what a cracker of a finale that we are seeing. Oh my god.
Yeah, I think we might be able to get Bruce Lee P2's understanding. It will be like P1 and P2 for the McLaren. So just have to see where Jesper Batigol in the end finishes. If he finishes P8, he will be able to keep P2. And then Bruce Lee will be P3 and Ruddo only P4 in the standings.
Here we go. Here it is. Ruddo has got himself a winner. Nitro's had a good race also, but Ruddo, well done to him. He's finished off in 1st place. Bruce 2nd. JBH 3rd. Nitro was finishing 4th. Oh, Stephen in 4th place.
Oh, just missed the podium by 4 tenths.
5 tenths. 5 tenths max. 5 tenths. Nitro Gash in 5th. Matty in 6th. Offic Red 7th. JC Bat.
Batigol in 8th, so he will be. So I think he just secured his P2 in the standings for 1 point on Bruce Lee and on 2 points on Ruddo, if my calculations are right.
So JC Bat at the minute will get the proper standings as long as Susput will get it quickly actually while Susput's about to cross the line. So JC Bat at the moment, if depending on penalties, has got 3 points, so he will have 102. Bruce will have 12 points, so 101. And Ruddo will have 100 points. So JC Bat, Bruce, and Ruddo all within 1 point of each other. That is insane. And Spud has just done his quick donuts at the last bit. So what a race! What a race to. I do apologise, Spud, for that. Races again, legendary job by Ruddo, absolutely, and Bruce Lee will be delighted with that actually, considering where he was at the start of the race. He would be delighted. He will be absolutely delighted for that. So we're just waiting for the driver standings to come through, and then we'll get through with the interviews. Now I'll try and get the constructors calculated as best as I can. So I do apologise if I get this wrong. But might have to get the calculations.
Maybe as just basically 1 P2 because Ruddo scored P1 and Matty Watt was I think only P5 and Jesper Batigol was really high. So yeah, I think we have Haas on P2.
So Haas, you're right there, Max. So Haas has finished in P2 on the constructors. So well done to them as well. Smokes' Nitro missed out on the podium. Yeah, he was really unlucky. Everyone had a good race actually. Stephen, well to him actually. He's the only driver in F3. He'll be absolutely delighted with that. The only driver in F3 to have not had a penalty at the Canadian Grand Prix tonight. Well done to him. Here are your race classification for the final time of asking for the Canadian Grand Prix for the Invictus Racing League. the F3 League on the PlayStation platform, brought to you in partnership with Gridfire.com. Rodo, again, 5 wins, unless I'm mistaken. 5 wins in the bounds, 7 podiums. Unbelievable. Bruce will finish off in 2nd. JPH in 3rd. O'Stephen 4th. Nitrogash 5th. Matty Rudd 6th. Offic Red 7th. JC Bat 8th. Darrell 9th. Mikey 10th. Tal 11th. And Spud, with that last bit of the donuts, will finish off in 12th place. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. I'm going to shoot off before the interview, Malc. Just a quick word to basically to thank everybody for like this. I mean, I had a brilliant time through the season, commented all those races, and thanks to you a lot, Malc, for welcoming me in the F3 division and with this F3 season. We just had like a brilliant last race, and I could not have hoped for a better race, so thanks a lot. Thanks, Malc, and see you, everyone.
Thank you to Max, and what an honour for Max to join me with the comms this season, and thank you so much, Max, and you've been an absolute outstanding commentator and unbelievable va-va-voom moments of the commentating stuff as well.
Thanks a lot, Malc. Bye.
So, just waiting to see how everything plans out at the minute now. So as things stand, we're just waiting for some of the drivers to come in for the constructors. But thank you to Max, absolute legendary. He is as much for every single week that he has turned up. So we'll be right back for the top 3. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for the top 3. Don't go anywhere. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League on the PlayStation platform, brought to you in partnership with Gridfire.com. And I'd say, Max, I will say that again, I'd like to thank Max for to joining me with the comms this season. Yes, he has missed a few, but when he has been here, he's given that French va-va-voom effect of all the races that he has done, and it's an honour and privilege. So I'd like to thank him for all that he's done. But it was an absolute unbelievable moment this evening, because I did say we're hoping for a classic, for a cracker, and we did get a cracker, because the math calculation was insane. My head was all over the place, and I'll say that again, because the driver standings were different positions, and then when JC Bat was out of the positions, I thought Ruddo was going to get it. I thought Ruddo was just going to get the second place, but then Bruce out of nowhere got himself into second place after penalties. He'll be absolutely delighted to hold on as much as possible, but yeah, and then JBH joining in the top three as well. Absolute insane stuff. But like I said, I've got the top three drivers of Ruddo, JBH and Bruce. But also, I was going to bring Bruce and JBH anyway, because I want to hear their thoughts of a championship season anyway, so they can do two things at once at the same time. So for the first time, I'm going to do this. So, can I just say a massive congratulations to the McLaren team. And there's a clap from me, and there'll be a clap for everyone else. They'll be absolutely delighted because they have won the drivers and constructors. So well done to JBH and Bruce. Tell us about, from your perspective, either of you, whoever wants us to start, your thoughts of the championship season.
Jordan's team boss, I'll let him go first.
I think that's Zach Brown. Yeah, I mean, this season's been probably much better than what I ever thought it was going to be. I mean, I'd have been happy with a top three in the drivers and just top three in constructors, to be honest.
Fair enough.
But I think we took advantage early on of everyone's mistakes, and I mean, it's pretty clear because I haven't won a race since Japan, which was
correct
at the end of the season break. So I think we just took good advantage of everyone else's misfortunes and just consistently scored points all the way through the season, which is always going to add up to a good season and obviously titles.
Absolutely. How about you, Bruce? What's your thoughts of a championship season for yourself as a constructor winner?
Yeah, it's been good. Like Jordan said, I think start of the season, especially after last season, we wouldn't have really expected to be challenging for the constructors title, but you know, we've been pretty consistent. I think one of the main things we've had this year is we've worked well as a team, so you know, if Jordan's got a quicker pace, I'll just let him through and vice versa, and I think that's helped us in the races. We haven't really held each other up, and even tonight you probably saw in the race Jordan did a bit of team orders to let me through,
yes,
to give me more of a shot at getting Matty there at the end. So yeah, just good teamwork's really putting us in this position, and you know, obviously it helps. We've been able to make every single race meeting, I think, pretty much this season. So, but yeah, happy with the constructors. Definitely, we'd have been happy with the top five, to be honest. I think Jordan says top three, but I think top five would have been happy. So yeah, it's been good, above expectations.
Absolutely. I think you're dead right from what you two are saying. It's like, it's just the unexpected of drivers' mistakes, unexpected of the constructors' mistakes, from the drivers. That it's not. It's like when you say like different people who've had different mistakes, they've had rotten luck. Majority of them have had rotten luck because of other people's mistakes at the same time, or their own mistakes. So, and then you get that rotten luck, and like, where is it going to end for all of them? But from you two's perspective, it was absolutely fantastic, and absolutely delighted that this has been a season where you can't ride the favourites anymore. It's the outsiders who have joined in that prove the doubters wrong, and been an unbelievable season. And yeah, I'm absolutely delighted that JBH and Bruce, you two guys. Well done for you for winning the drivers and also the constructors at the same time as well. So well done, guys. Congratulations on that. And also we'll get back to the Canadian race in a moment or two. We're going to go straight to Ruddo to hear his, I believe, his 5th win on our 7 races that he has joined. You know, you're the first driver ever, from what I can remember, that did not get outside of the top 2 in their first 7 races. I know you joined in late, but that's insane, Rudder.
Yeah. I don't really know what to say to that. Just consistency, isn't it? I think I've said this a few times in the last few weeks, is that, you know, it's all about, you know, not making any mistakes and not having DNFs. You know, look at the championship table and there's DNFs everywhere, and you know, even penalties as well. It's something that I'm really tough on myself about, is not getting penalties, because, you know, like you saw today with a late safety car, you know, if you've got 6 seconds worth of penalties, it's, you know, your race is over. So you know, I'm a bit annoyed at myself that I got the 3 penalties towards the end, but that was, you know, just trying to get away from any DRS with the last 3 laps. Absolutely,
and it was just an insane race, an insane consistency that you had, and I will not be surprised if you move up to F2 next season, because it's just been it was just been a mad 7 races that you've joined, and I was privileged to watch, and it was really good, and great battle between yourself and Nitro at the start. Was you worried at first with the battle between you two, because you looked like you two were head to head on some of the corners, wasn't you, with the battles?
Yeah. You know, like I said before, I've come halfway through the season. I'm not here to mess up anyone's championship or anyone's races, so, you know, everyone's been respectful with me that I've been racing with, and I've been respectful back. Still getting used to no traction control, so you know, off the start line, probably a little bit tentative first couple of laps, a little bit tentative first couple of laps out the pit lane, a little bit tentative as well. But once you get into the rhythm with it, you know, I was able to sort of just stretch my legs, and I wanted to make the move early on Nitro, because I didn't want to get caught up in, you know, DRS and then end up someone else gets DRS and end up in a train. I wanted to control the race, and then you know, I was sort of kept one eye on what was going on behind, and I said to Matty on comms, I was like, one of the McLarens is going to box early to do an undercut, which I think was Jordan, and then he came out but was on medium, so I think he would have had to have stopped again. So that allowed me to just extend my stint further and further, because I knew that he would have to pit. So
fair enough.
Yeah, you know, there's just nothing silly really, and you know, when I've raced with Nitro, he's been clean, so it was good. We managed to get through the first sort of 3 or 4 corners side by side, which was good.
Absolutely, and like I said, unbelievable drive. I will speak to JBH actually about that strategy, because I want to know if it was because of the safety car that could have come out, which we did eventually in the end, probably, but I was just wondering if it was a mistake from the pit crew, or was it just a proper pit stop strategy. But I'll speak to him about that in a moment or two anyway. But Ruddo, well done to you. You are a Canadian Grand Prix winner, 5 times winner, 7-time podium finisher. All those 7 races that you've done, you've not gone below 2nd place. That is insane, absolutely insane. And whatever happens, if you do move up to F2, congratulations, because I know that you'll do really well next season, and unbelievable stuff. Congratulations, and well done.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, I did try and I put myself on the F2 reserve list yesterday to do that instead of today, but I never got the call, so, you know, hopefully this one sort of proves that I can move up.
you will be, don't worry. I think once the admins will see, they'll know that you'll be an F2 driver next season. So well done tonight, mate, and well done for this for the 7 races that you've done, and I wish you all the very best of luck for whatever you're doing next season and going forward. Well done, mate. Congratulations.
Cheers, Malc.
Nice one. Bruce, hello. How you doing?
Hello, yeah, good.
You good? You're happy now? You happy?
As happy as I normally am, anyway. Some might say that's actually not happy at all, but I'm pretty happy.
That's good because you had a mixed race, shall we say? You had a bit of a mixed race, but then the finale, which you had that team order of JBH letting you through. That was more of a sigh of relief, but I bet you was only one position or a few points away from getting yourself finishing in second place in the drivers.
Yeah, it was an interesting race. I sort of didn't qualify very well. I messed up my my last lap, and I invalidated it. I think I probably would have got third on the grid, which would have made my life a bit easier.
Yeah.
Race wise, I mean, I was behind Nitro and Matty for quite a long time in the middle of that race, and just sort of decided to do the opposite of what they did when they came into pits. And then when we were all on the hards towards the end, I sort of felt that Matty and Nitro were starting to struggle a little bit. Had a really good battle with Nitro. Accidentally nudged the back of Matty. It was a bit chaotic, really, but I sort of felt quite comfortable following Matty then towards the end. And when the safety car came out, I was a bit worried then because obviously we all had penalties. Didn't really know what everyone else had penalty-wise. But yeah, it sort of worked out in the end, but it was a little bit closer than I really wanted it to be.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's just been a really close call, and you did so well this race that you got yourself where it looked like you was out of the top four, out of the top three. You was finishing in fourth the way it was going, but you crawled yourself back somehow, and you proved the doubters wrong, and you just missed out by 1 point to JC Bat, who finished off in second place. I believe 102. You have 101, and I believe Ruddo, who 7 races in, had 100 points. Unbelievable stuff.
Yeah, it's been close, and to be fair, there's a lot of other people in the league in F3 that probably should have been up fighting that direction as well on pace, but like Ruddo says, it's consistency really. It's a shame. I think in looking back, if I wouldn't have got stuck behind that safety car glitch in Brazil, probably would have got second in the drivers. But no one remembers who finished second anyway, do they? So it doesn't really matter that much.
I know, but it's one of those races where you do deserve to get the position that you needed, because otherwise it could have been catastrophic moments. So whatever happens in here, you finished off as a constructor winner anyway, but to get third place in the driver standings, that is insane. So fair play to you, mate, and thank you so much for the unbelievable drives that you've done, and wherever happens next season, and wherever happens, you will be fantastic in F2 if you are going to move up to F2. But yeah, so well done that, and fantastic stuff, and I wish you all the very best of luck. Congratulations, mate.
Thanks, Malc. Cheers for commentating, mate, and Max as well.
No worries. Thank you so much. Lastly but not least, the Drivers' Champion, the Constructor Champion, and the last win that he had was the Japanese Grand Prix, but he's killing it at the minute. JPH, how you doing, mate? You alright?
I'm very well. How are you?
Knackered now, absolutely knackered after that epic finale at the race, and we'll put you too long, because I know you had to book your seats every time, majority of the time, in the first half of the season. The second half of the season, it looked like it was a bit of a struggle compared to the first half. So, did you felt like the pressure was on you at the time, or did you felt like you was just trying to ease off a little bit and just see what happens and just play your game each race as it comes?
No, I wouldn't have said there was any real pressure in the second half of the season. I think some, like Lee mentioned, some of the drivers who probably should have been fighting up the top end of the championship kind of picked up the pace and a bit more consistency. For example, like JC Bat, he was getting quicker all season.
Yeah.
Obviously, Nitro, come near the end of the season, he was also built up his pace again. So I think it was always going to happen.
Yeah.
Because the league is just that tight in terms of pace. And obviously, with the variety of circuits, you get different people quick in different places.
Yeah.
So yeah, never really pressured. It was just a case that second half of the season where I had such a big gap, just a case of scoring points basically.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think you capitalised on everyone's mistakes at the start of a brand new game, and that's where you had to be at your very best. And I think he was more shocked than relief that you got the championship, to be honest, because, as you said, there's a few drivers who I will admit it on the stream. It's like there's quite a few drivers who have been well below par. And he said well below bar. I'm thinking of the drinks now. Well below par with their performances, but at the same time, you've got different people who've had many mistakes. That's causing them to make the mistake at the same time. So it's a pure balance, as we have seen. But you've capitalised on it, and you've absolutely killed it, to be fair. And you sealed the championship a few races before the end anyway. So it was just inevitable that it wasn't going to change, because I just couldn't see you losing out at all. But from your perspective, JP, your Canadian Grand Prix third place finish, are you happy with it, or do you feel like you should have done a little bit better, considering if Bruce wasn't there in the top two?
I think at the time, obviously when me and Lee made the switch, Ruddo didn't have a penalty at that point. So we know how stupidly consistent he is and fast without picking up any penalties. So at that point, I think we done completely the right thing. It wasn't until after that obviously Ruddo picked up his penalty.
Yeah.
But whether I could have challenged him anyways is another matter. I mean, Ruddo is like another league basically. He's compared to this one, it's very, very quick. But no, very happy. I mean, it brings it to 150 points for the championship in the drivers, which is kind of what I was aiming for a couple of races ago, is try and get that, and managed to do it. Finish the season with a podium, so you just can't complain really.
Yeah, absolutely. And you did a fantastic job in this race as well as this season. Can I just say, as I said to Bruce, I said to Ruddo, congratulations on being the driver, constructor, and unbelievable drive this season. And I'm sure you and Bruce will have a fantastic drinks galore whatever happens at the McLaren garage as well. So well done, mate. Congratulations. I wish you all the very best of luck if you are moving up to F2 next season. Wish you all the very best of luck, and cheers for that. Cheers for a fantastic season. Well done, mate. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'll also say about my strategy, because I know you were curious about that.
Oh, yes, sorry. Yes, I was eager because I want to try and finish. Quick one, actually. Your strategy at the first pit stop, it looked like you went on to the pits for the mediums again, but was it a fault of the McLaren or team, or was it because you've decided to choose the mediums at that time?
No, as per me and Lee, most of the season I decided to go on one of our wacky strategies.
Okay, fair enough.
And
yeah.
decided I knew Lee was going for the one stop, so I decided I was going to take a bit of a punt with the two stop. Nothing to lose really. So I think it would have worked even without the safety car, because I was pulling away quite nicely on the mediums. But yeah, no mistake. That was deliberate two-stop attempt, because I think we all knew Ruddo was going to run away a little bit.
Yeah, I do apologise, JP. I've totally forgot. I was meant to ask you that, but it's just...
Thank you, Max, for commentating as well. This season has been great to watch back.
No worries. Thank you so much. Thank you to Ruddo, JPH, and Bruce for their top three commentated. Unbelievable. I'm losing the plot now because we're at the end of the season as well. Top three interviews, and it's been an absolute blast for myself and for Max. F3 has been unbelievable. I've absolutely enjoyed it. Max has absolutely enjoyed it while he was here as well. it's just, you guarantee unbelievable moments, and that's what you get in the F3 League. Whatever happens next season, I hope the F3 League will be as bigger and better as it was. Say with F2 and F1 that we have done earlier on in the week. But for tonight, what a cracker to end it with a soft shootout. I can't believe I said that. A soft shootout in a Canadian Grand Prix. Should have been the Western versions of that one, to be fair. But overall, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you to all the drivers who have been absolutely amazing. And can I just say, I forgot to mention in the stream, Mikey, who did not get a point at all season long, he's been struggling. He's got his first ever points, so well done to him. Fantastic race for him. And I feel bad for not mentioning it during the race, but it's because of the points that I was thinking of the top 4. That's how it happened. Anyway, but well done to Mikey. Absolutely fantastic stuff for getting his first points of the season. Hopefully he'll get double the points next season. If you want any more racing, we've got one more left for the Invictus Racing League channel. Tomorrow night will be the Realistic Performance League at the Canadian Grand Prix for round 15, the final time of this season. And please, for the final time of asking, hit that like button. If you like what you've seen so far, please make sure you like, subscribe to the Invictus Racing League on the YouTube channel for all the live race itself. And thank you so much. It was an honour and privilege, and yeah, I'll say my final words in the Realistic Performance League tomorrow. But for now, we've got one more race. Realistic Performance League. Don't you dare miss out. What a cracker. Cheers for that, guys. Take care of yourselves. See you all next season. Ta-ra a bit. Bye-bye.